Ja tervetuloa takaisin Phoenix Wright Ace Attorneyn läpipelusin. Mä en ollut ihan varma, että olinko tallentanut, niin tallensin uudestaan. Jos ihmettelit, että kello aika. Tosiaan nyt mä ymmärrän Trial Former ja Trial Latter. Eli triaali tosiaan jatkuu. Tänään nyt ollaan hiljaiset. Voi ei. Eikö nämä äänet oo kuulunut? Ei kun, pieni hetki. En tiedä, jostain syystä toi mun sound effect, mikä tää onkaan ohjelman lakkas toimimassa ihan täysin. Tota noin. Nyt me ruvetaan kuuntelemaan tämän video flättinä. Ja rupee editoimaan tätä, että pistän tämän poikki tai jotain. Tai muu voisin kyllä poistuttaa video ja yrittää uudestaan, mutta mun pitää käydä se tietokone uudelleen tai jotain. Otetaan tämä episodi tämmösenä flätimmällä äänellä. Eli jatketaan. Mr. Wright. What? Our trials always like this with you. Nope. Ei ne yleensä mene noin monta kertaa uusiksi. Like you're springing up from the bottom of the lake, about to reach the surface. But no matter how hard you paddle, you never seem to get there. Pretty much. Except today's we're swimming in quicksand. So what happened to your sister anyway? Apparently she got called off to the judge's chambers. Probably something to do with that piece of cloth. So, this is where we turn this trial around, right? Tosiaan mä en kyllä tiedä mitä sille tapahtuu, koska mä en näe mitään muuta, kun mä uppasin tuon videon. Siinä yleensä mitään tommoista pitäisi tulla, että joku hikka siihen tuli. Only weapon, a tiny, insignificant piece of cloth. I'm the one who's starting to feel tiny and insignificant, to tell the truth. Hola, partner. They say you show red cloth to a bull, it'll fire up its temper. That's what they told me when I was young, and at least. Officer Marshall. But I'll come take a look, see at how the trial is going. Looks like I'm late. I've got the whole ranch locked down tighter than a fort in enemy territory. It's hard to sleep out, huh? What is going on over there anyway? All the police I've seen these last 2 days have been really on edge. Don't you got enough on your plate without worrying about other people, compadre? You could be worrying about the chief prosecutors. Prosecutor. Haluanko mä eilen illalla, viime yönä, väärin, että se on kukaan sanonut prosecutor eikä prospector. En tiedä. Prosecutors taste in mufflers, for example. Officer Marshall. The whole muffler thing didn't have anything to do with scarves. She wasn't even wearing a scarf. You don't say. Now don't that just beat all. Huh? I've seen the red breeze blow at her slender neck many a time. I saw it that day too. She was wearing a red muffler. What? At the award ceremony this afternoon, Edgeworth seen it too, I'd reckon. What does that mean? What does that mean? In the photographs taken at the crime scene, she wasn't wearing a scarf. So, Miss Starr wasn't mistaken. Well, it's about time. Remember, partner, sometimes you gotta grab the bull by the horns. And sometimes you just gotta let that bull go where it will. Time will tell. I have a bad feeling about this. Pistän ääniä pikkusen kovemmalle itselleni. Kuulostaa kauhean hiljaisilta nyt. So, what are we swimming in now, Mr. Wright? If it's stakes... Ei toi kyllä nousi yhtä. Taisinpäin ehkä väärä nappia, en tiedä. If it's a steak sauce, I can hook... If it's a steak sauce, I can hook you up with some fine ribs. Ooh-wee. Ooh-wee. I'd like to resume. What's up? The judge keeps looking over that prosecution. Is something wrong, Mr. Edgeworth? Your face is blue, your lips are purple, you're sweating bullets. That furrowed brow, those grinding teeth, those watery eyes. What's more, your eyes are unfocused. You're doubled over. It can't be. This can't happen. I wonder what happened to Mr. Edgeworth. Well then, I believe it is time we continued on with this trial. During our recess, I had requested that the prosecution conduct an investigation. That this is unacceptable. It seems our prosecutor is quite beside himself. Excuse me. Knock knock. Who's there? What's with this guy? A strange stuffy aura seems to be filling the courtroom. Hey, the temperature rose 5.7 degrees when that man came in. Who on earth is he? I see. Yeah? Oh. Sorry I'm late, Algie. The roads were packed. It's just me. Long time no see, hey Algie. How you been? Swim much these days? Hello. I've been so busy. Busy's missy. Algie, my boy. You have to make time to relax. Yes, indeed. Algie seems to be his nickname for the judge. I'm afraid you are right. Very afraid. I'm sorry, but who are you? So you are right, though, the attorney. I've heard good things about your son. Thanks. So sorry about our little Worthy giving you all the trouble, eh? You know, we shall also go swimming together sometime. Jolly. Little Worthy? Mr. Wright. You don't know the district chief of police? Chief of police? He's the top-ranking police officer in the entire district. Name's Kent. Name's Kent. Damon Kent. Pleased to meet you, everyone. So, what do we owe this honor today? It's been over 2 years since you last came to this courtroom, hasn't it? Well, it's worthy here. Look at the poor fellow. I just thought I'd help out by bringing this. Hey, that's my sister's muffler. So Mr. wasn't just seeing things. When the crime occurred, this guy really was wearing that muffler. But to think that it was stuffed in that exhaust pipe. A little worthy scar, no less. Yeah. It's really quite embarrassing, even for us. What's this? It's what you'd call a switchblade knife. Quite perplexing, this. Chief, what kind of outfit are you running, Mr. Edgeworth? Mr. Edgeworth, how could they miss such a vital piece of evidence? If your investigators are this lax, how do you expect us to do our job? Now, wait a minute. Worthy. I have no desire to hear you. I'm telling you to wait. Oh, didn't you hear me? Have a look at this document, where it says person in charge of investigation. There's no mistaking that the signature is there. Miles Edgeworth. That's unfair. On the day of the crime, I had you heard in the clouds because you got that award. I know how you feel, but you are the person in charge. I'll expect a written apology. What? Are you serious? Don't be too upset. We'll find a way to clean up this mess that you made. This is the first time I've seen Mr. Edgeworth at a loss for words. This kind of major blunder is unlike you, Mr. Edgeworth. Gah! The court accepts this new evidence, but I'd like to ask the defense a favor first. Yes? Just to be sure. I'd like to take a look at the blade of this knife. The blade, Joanna? Well, I don't see it. I don't see why. I don't see why not. Kättelee enemmän kuin nämä hahmot. Could you open it up for me, I wonder? Yes, well, I think all you have to do is push that switch and... If I got my finger... Musta se olisi sanonut tulevassa joskus tunnin päästä. Katso, jääkö tää video kesken. If I got my finger, Mr. Wright, I wouldn't be able to pound my gavel anymore. Yeah, but if I got my finger, I wouldn't be able to point it at people anymore. Come on, just hurry up and open it. Wow, don't scare me like this. I'm the one who's scared. Look at this blade, knife blade. The tip is broken off, and it's dark red stain. Blood. Found at the crime scene, wrapped in the defendant's muffler. Small tag attached, joka sanoo SL92. Tai SL9-väli 2. This does not excuse the actions of the police department. I would like to hear an explanation from the chief of police himself. I'm terribly sorry, but could I ask you to testify for us about the split between the prosecutors and the police and this knife? Sir, I think not a problem, not even a little one, really. Department in disorder. This knife is special, but I can't say how here. Unless there's evidence to prove a connection between this knife and Goodman. That was a bad day for the department. We weren't in any shape to do an investigation. A detective was killed at the police department. See, what a mess. The time of the crime, 5:15. Scary coincidence, eh? It's not officially linked to the case here. To this here. It's not officially linked to this here case, so I can't talk much about it. There was a murder at the police department. A detective? That's hush-hush information, Dodgy. We haven't exactly announced it yet. Wait a second. You said 5:15. That's the exact time that Detective Goodman was killed at the prosecutor's office. Order. Anyway, we at the department were all flustered, as you might as well assume. We are in the middle of a top secret investigation. Don't tell anyone, okay? I think we understand the police department's situation. Well, Mr. Wright, 2 detectives killed at the same time in 2 different places. The chances of that are really slim, scientifically speaking, of course. I'd like to exercise my right to cross-examine the witness. Very well, however, keep your questions focused on the case at hand. This knife is special, but I can't say how here. Excuse me, special? How'd you come by this particular knife anywhere else? Not that special a thing. Be this little tag. Oh, sorry, righto. But I can say that now. Not now. Not that. We have established that the knife in Goodman's chest was this knife. Now, why was there another knife at the scene of the crime? That's quite a mystery. And like a mystery is wrapped in something, a muffler. Unless there's evidence to prove a connection between this knife and Goodman. This knife was found on the scene of the crime, of our crime. I think that makes it connected to the case, don't you? See, there's a lot of things that go on at the department I can't explain. It's delicate, okay? Sorry, righto. Maybe there's something about the knife that will give us a clue. Let's examine the knife while we can, righto. Maybe that's what links this knife to Detective Goodman. I think perhaps the pieces are falling into place. I should try processing the piece of evidence that's had me stumped all this time. So how were things down at the department? Eihän tämä ole sama 67S. Jos on katsoo toisinpäin, niin 267S. Siis puuttuu se 2, mutta taas 267S. Mä presentaan tämän tässä. Wait a second. At last, an honest to goodness objection. This knife. This has to have something to do with Detective Goodman. What do you mean? An honest to goodness, what do you mean from Judge? This is great. Look at the tag on this knife. It reads SL92. And this is important. Why? Over here we also have a memo that was on the body of the victim. Se oli siinä peräkontissa. No niin, olihan se uhrikin siinä peräkontissa. What's this? 6 minus 7s 12 divided by 2. Your Honor, it's upside down. Upside. The printed name on the memo makes it look like it's right side up. But turn it around and what do you get? Kahetta. SL9. Aha! Whoever wrote this note was holding the paper upside down. SL9. That's the same thing that is written on the nice tag. Order. Well, Chief. Well. I guess the cat's out of the bag. You win, righto. I win? What game is this guy playing? No, mä pelaan Ace Attorney. Like Phoenix Wright Ace Attorney. Hehe. This knife was evidence in a case. It was stolen from the department's evidence room. So this knife was stolen? Yes, but on the day of the murder. was evidence, you say? Was it in fact a murder weapon? Nice. Good show, little worthy. It was a murder weapon, as it happens. It was evidence from a case long since solved. So this knife was stolen on the day of the murder. And it was found in the exhaust pipe of Ashworth's car. I think there isn't a connection there. That was a bad day for the department. We weren't in any shape to do an investigation. Something happened at the police department too, huh? So you got a good look in your eyes there. Right on, my boy. Sharp, hungry. So something did happen. Why wasn't I informed? Why weren't you informed? Well, why didn't you ask? No matter, I understand. You were busy what with Lana's case and all. Well, what happened? What happened at the police department that day? The detective was killed at the police department. See, what a mess. On the same day that the detective was killed in the prosecutor's parking lot, another detective was killed at the police department. That's a fact. Surprising, isn't it, Algie? I'm at a loss for words. And the perpetrator, do you have a suspect? Well, there was a suspect. Just arrested him, in fact. Just arrested. That was quick. But there's still a lot of unanswered questions. Maybe you could help, Rido. I suppose I could help. I could help if you help me by giving me data on your case. Oh, good one. This gets sharp. Okay, here's the deal. I'll tell you one thing one thing only. Miten musta tuntuu, että... No. Me tiedetään, milloin se kuoli. 5.15. Eikö se näin ollut? How the victim was killed. Ajattelin, sekin googlettiin, mutta... No, kysytään toi. Well, how was the detective killed? How was he killed? Now that's the interesting part. It was what we in the force call a stabbing with a knife. Jotenkin mulla oli tämmönen ajatus. Ajatus. Vai tiesin mä sen jo? En tiedä. Knife. What? That's exactly the same as Detective Goodman. That's the spirit. We are cooking now. But you know, that's not the only thing that was exactly the same. What do you mean? There were more similarities between the two cases than the cause of death. It seems like I'm going to have to press this a bit harder. Se väittää, että se antaa meille vain yhden tiedon tässä, mutta pystytään pressaamaan tätä uudestaan. Where the victim was found. So tell me, where was the victim found? Well, I can't speak on where the corpse was found, but I can say the crime took place in the evidence room at the police department. The evidence room? Wait a second. I've heard of that. The evidence room. Did he mention that his testimony just now? This knife was evidence in case it was stolen from the department's evidence room. There's a connection between the two cases. You seem happy, Mr. Wright. Happy? We just got handed out ticket to go to town on this case. With the link between the two cases established, we finally have some leverage. Now we can get Gant to testify about the details. It's not officially linked to this here case, so I can't talk much about it. Chief, The defense's position is simply this. The connection between these two cases has already been proven. Hey, you don't say. Well, out with it, Rido. What's your connection? Yes, out with it, Mr. Wright. The connection is a place mentioned in the testimony we just heard. The knife found in the lot was stolen from the police department's evidence room. Not to mention, the victim had on him the case number on the knife's evidence tag. And we also know that the detective murdered at the police department was killed in this very same evidence room. Indeed, there do seem to be too many connections for it to be a coincidence. Any day now. You two make a good pair. It took my men 2 days to find out what you deduced right here. Chief, I request that you release your information on the victim at the police department. See, that's the tricky part. It hasn't been announced yet and all. Can we get the information unofficially? Sure, why not? It's unofficial after all. What, really? Who would have guessed? I'll cooperate, but I can't reveal the name of the victim at the department, okay? If you're going to tell us a little, why not tell us everything? Ah, well, case information is sticky stuff. You have to do everything properly. Oh, well, I guess I might as well try to get what I can out of him. Sen ID-numerohan kertoisi meille tyyliin, kuka hän on. The victim's ID number. Okay, how about you tell me the victim's ID number? Sure, why not? It's not like you'll be able to tell who it is from that. Of course not. You won't tell me their name after all. We keep tightly on ID numbers, so don't go getting your hopes up. The number is 58421889. 58421889. Se on tämä meidän henkilömme. Well, that's quite long. And we have to remember this. It drives me nuts. Hey, I can't do it. You didn't even get the first number right. Well, Mr. Wright, does this tell you anything? It abso-fucking-lutely does. The ID number of the victim at the police department. This tells me something. Actually, it does, Joanna. It does. I think. Meaning? It has to be what I think it is. But what does it mean? What does this mean? Well, let's hear what the defense has to say. You say the ID number of the detective who was murdered at the police department tells you something. What does it tell you?
Take that!
Witness. What is it, Mr. Wright? You are grinning like a schoolgirl on prom night. No, I got confused. Is this news? Huh? Just come out of both guns blazing like you always do. The police department, the prosecutor's office. 2 places, 2 detectives murdered at one time. Ei, 1 detektiivi on murhattu. Näkö sitä nyt ole se meidän? The victim, the good man, detective in charge of homicide criminal affairs division 1. Actually, I happen to have a police ID number here. Oh, is it yours? No, you are not. I'm a defense attorney, remember? This is the ID number of our victim, Detective Goodman. Shame on you, Frido. Personal IDs are top secret. Detective Goodman's ID number is 5842189. And this means what exactly? Huh? Wait, that ID number we heard from the chief earlier. That started with 82. I've forgotten. You didn't even get the first number right. Again. The number the chief of police gave us was 5842189. Wait a second, right? What does this mean? What does this mean? That's what I want to know. The two ID numbers are identical. In other words, the detective killed in the police department's evidence room was Bruce Goodman. What does our witness think about that? Oh, sharp as a tack, Frido. Sharp as a tack. But wait, Detective Goodman is our victim. She was killed at 5:15 in the underground parking lot. Yet, Detective Bruce Goodman was also killed at the police department, in the evidence room, at the exact same time. That's impossible. So what we are saying is, the same person was killed at the same time, and in completely different location. Order, Chief, what does this mean? No, what I want to know is, why didn't I hear about this? Yes, it's top secret, fine, but I'm the prosecutor in charge of the case. Now, just wait a second, Worthy. No need to get all flustered. Your Honor, the police department has made a grave error in this case. Wait. I said, wait. Or didn't you hear me? The oversight, the grave error. Mr. Edgeworth, they are yours. What? How dare? He informed you yesterday. I believe it was our officer Meekins who brought you the news. Officer Meekins? Mr. Wright, where have we heard that name before? Wait, aha. Excuse me, but is Mr. Edgeworth anywhere on the premises? I'm here, sir, at the request of the chief, sir. I've got your report, sir. You don't mean him? According to Meekins, you didn't accept the report. Hard to believe. But your officer, he told me. He said that the report had nothing to do with the Lana Sky incident. Detective Bruce Goodman murdered in the police department evidence room. Mr. Edgeworth, the victim's name is written right on the top of the report. Why didn't your officer tell me? Honestly, I'm so sure if that officer was capable of making that connection. He did seem challenged. In any case, this is a serious error, a gross negligence of duty on your part, Worthy. But sir, you could have submitted the report this morning to the court as evidence. Then I... Out with it. No such luck this time, Worthy. Or should I say, unworthy. What? Now what was the second rule of evidence law? Well, Mr. Wright? Huh? Oh, well, it's, rule number 2. Unregistered evidence presented must be relevant to the case on trial. How is this rule relevant? Normally you submit a list of evidence to be used in court before the trial. This report wasn't on that list. So what does this mean? I couldn't submit this evidence until a connection was proven in court. The connection was just proven by Wright over here. Good job, Wright, my boy. Huh? I was just doing my job. No. No! It seems we have come to the end of this trial. I know you are going through a tough time, really. What with all those rumors? You were even in the defendant's chair just this past December. I apologize for this terrible lack of due diligence on my part. Mr. Edgeworth, please, just give me one day. I'll get to the bottom of what happened. If it's the last thing I do, we'd better get results this time, really. You have my profound apologies, sir. You have my profound apologies, sir. Poor Mr. Edgeworth. I don't think there's ever been an error this serious in the history of this cause. I will grant one further day, as the prosecution has requested. With the business visit, Mr. Edgeworth. Yes, Your Honor. Thank you. Whatever your punishment for this is, for your sake I hope it's not decisive. Very well, court is adjourned. To be continued. Se oli sitten vähän lyhkäisempi. Tota noin. Seuraavalla kerralla, ei ole nyt sitten huomenna, koska mä päätin, että nämä tulee kaikki yhtenä samana päivänä. Seuraavalla kerralla on sitten taas aika tutkia. Joo, kiitos kun katsoitte ja jatketaan seuraavassa videossa.